Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live? I can't tell. I hope we're live. It says we 10 seconds in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela with, I've got questions for you. What opens with us meeting some of the cast of Your Husband is Cheating on Us, a stage play from off of the Chitlin Circuit. And what closes with one of the cast members saying that she's glad to be here, but she is the queen. If you guess Your Husband is Cheating on Us, it's the TV show on Bravo. You're correct. I watched the show. I enjoyed the show. I took some notes, so I'm just going to share what I have. I'm still trying to get a sense of how it's organized, so we still kind of getting oriented. We don't even know if we're going to like really seriously review it, but it's only 8 episodes. So we're 8 weeks until showtime. He's talking, the guy who is the producer, director is J.D. Lawrence, who I'm not familiar with. He says he's really, really big on the urban theater experience type situation, which I immediately, when I saw the commercial, I was like, the Chitlin Circuit, yay! We love the Chitlin Circuit. So we have J.D. Lawrence, and then we have Leah Grant. She is the leading lady. And I guess in this play, she's going to be the leading lady. And then we have Genuine, Your Pony, Let's Ride It. That's his song. I think that's his song. They said some of his other songs too. I know the name. They said some of his songs. I'm like, but anyway, so he's playing the leading man who's the player. He's the husband who's cheating on us. So he have a girl in the play. He has a girlfriend, a wife, and a girlfriend. And the girlfriend is letting the wife know. We don't know none of this. We don't even get into the play this episode. But I was just like, I love the concept. I think it's hilarious. I don't know why. Because I guess just the whole concept, your husband is cheating on us. And then Deatra is playing the diva. So she is I don't know who she's supposed to be. If she's supposed to be the wife or the girlfriend. Somebody named Tantri is playing the best friend. And then there are 2 people who are understudies. One is a man, he's understudying, and one is a woman. And Showtime is going to be in 8 weeks. They're all going to be living under one roof, which is, I don't know. I know that I went to Tennessee to see one of my friends perform, and this friend is about 20 years older than me, and she was like living not really in a dorm type situation, but like each of them had their own apartment, and there were, I think, 3 or 4 shows going on at the same time. It's like semi-professional theater, so the theater put them up. They were paid a stipend. They were paid for rehearsals. They were paid for performances, and they went and saw each other's shows, and it was really interesting. So it kind of reminds you a little bit of that, but they weren't like roommates or anything. They had their own space, but these people are roommates. So they're in New York City, and we also meet his children, the J.D. Lawrence, who is the producer. I think he's the director, but I think he's the producer also. He has 2 daughters who have grown up in the theater. One is named Taylor. She's 22. They're little babies. And then we have Brianna or Brenna. She's 23. And one of them is sort of like the assistant director, and the other is like more administrative or something. I didn't really catch all of that. But they're getting, things set up for the arrival of the cast in this like apartment space that the cast is going to be living in. That's going to create so much drama and tension and interest. So Leah Grant arrives, and she says that she is not concerned about ageism. She's been in this game for a long time, but she says that she takes very good care of herself, and she takes good care of what she does, and she's good at what she does. So she's not worried about being old. And plus, the theater is very different from film and TV. I have been in shows where people who were like 60 years old played a 20-year-old, and the audience bought it. Like in theater, you just accept things that you wouldn't accept in real life. Like film and TV are more like real life. So anyway, she says she's not concerned. Then there's Deatra. I might be mispronouncing her name, but she was a star in mostly all of the Tyler Perry plays. And then she's had a dry spell. Hello, beautiful. This is a new show. Yeah, Miss Red. It just premieres tonight. It's only 8 episodes. So no, it's only 8 episodes. And then she wants them to talk about the past. they have the same baby daddy. So the two women, he's had, the producer director JD has had these two women arrive early because they have a past together. They have a baby daddy in common. They both have a child with the same man, but they don't get along with each other. And both of them got the child with the man during different theatrical, like they're part of the same community. So I guess now that's a little on the messy side to me. And he married the light-skinned one, Leah, and Deatra, she says, look, that's the dark-skinned woman. She said, I had that man before, during, and after their marriage, which I was kind of like, ew. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would take pride in that because I'm like, he did not marry. I don't know. I was just kind of like, but anyway, they have children together. The other one they have children who are siblings, and then the other one tells the story of like her being in the play, her being like watching a show, and her watching a show, and this woman coming up, rolling up in the stroller, squeak, 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 and she has made copies. She's gotten the DNA results of this, whether the man is the father of the child or not, and the man is the father. She said 99.999%. And no, we didn't need Maury to tell us that. They are so dramatic. They are full of drama. But she has come to the theater where he is performing, and she is giving out copies of the results to everybody there. She's very, very dramatic. And she has acquired a bad reputation for being difficult to work with, like a very diva-ish person. So Deidre is kind of like the diva. And then Leah is like the light-skinned one. Like, she's a pretty girl to her. And then they have a 22-year-old beef. And the producer and everything, they say a quick prayer, just the three of them. And he says, now if you fight, you'll be fighting, with an anointing. I was like, oh, that's how we doing it? Okay. And then Tandra comes in. She's like playing like the best friend, or kind of like the young ingenue type character in the show. And she's got like a big kinky hair do, which I really like. I think it's obviously a weave, but I like it. I like the idea that it's kinky. It's very cute on her. I love it. And she and Leah, the light-skinned one, are friends in real life. And, they were saying that, in theater, usually you have a lot of fake friends. Oh, you're so great. You're so wonderful. I'll see you later. It was so great working with you. We're going to do lunch. And then you never talk to the people again. But they have been friends for like 10 years in real life. And Deatra is like not excited about the baby, the lady, the ex-wife, or the bouncing Tandra, because Tandra does something with her boobies or whatever because she's so excited. So the diva, Deatra, whatever her name is, we gonna call her the Diva D. Diva D is like, huh. And then Genuine arrives, who you might know from all of his hits. He says he's conquered the music game, and now he wants to conquer the acting game. And he's the leading man in this show. And so, he says he's done a lot of small roles and different things, but this is his first time as a leading man. Tandra and Genuine know each other. They've worked, together 5 years ago when they worked together. Their story is that they were very attracted to each other, but they were both involved. He was married and she was in a serious relationship. So they say that even though they were very attracted, nothing happened. Now, the diva says that she and Tandra and Genuine have a past. She says that he was looking at her like he wanted to eat her up, and she says she let him eat her up. And that then Tandra got into it too. And I was kind of like, wait a second. Does she mean sexually? And my mother was like, I think she does. So I don't know. I was just like, huh? So she has a whole different story from the other people. So I was kind of like, we'll see how that unfolds over the 8 weeks. It didn't come up at all in this episode, except for in their individual interviews. So I don't know if I'm actually assuming if that's true that Tandra and Genuine are probably, they don't want to admit that something happened, but that just sounded like oh my gosh, a threesome? Like, oh my, I was just like, okay. So, Jermaine Sellers, now I didn't quite catch who he was, but they gave his pedigree. He seems to be someone who's been on like some of these like music competition type shows. I think his last name was Sellers. And he like singing competition types. So he's the understudy. And then there's the white woman who is also in this group. I don't think I've ever seen a white woman perform on the Chitlin Circuit. I've only seen probably 4 or 5 shows on the Chitlin Circuit, but I don't know. But this woman is Australian. I don't know if this is something that Bravo does, like throw white people in the cast. I don't know if this is common out there now. I don't know. I was just kind of like, I don't understand. Her name is Kristen. She's Australian. And the other people in the cast are like, I don't know what she's doing here. If it's a white woman in the cast, you know she can sing. She better know how to sing. If she don't know how to sing, I don't know what she's doing here. That's what everybody in the cast is saying. So I'm kind of like, okay, I guess. And they might have said something about her singing pedigree. I don't really remember because it was a lot going on. It was fast. And then J.D. Lawrence, who's our director producer, he talks about the history of the Chitlin Circuit, like very quick, but I like that they had that in there. And then he has a rule book for the cast. So they go over the rule book, and some of the rules are things like they have a 12 a.m. curfew. And we already know that's going to create drama. These grown people in New York are going to be in the house at 12 a.m. There's no drinking in the house. There's a 2 a.m. lights out, and then there's going to be a swear jar. So you have to put $1 in the swear jar every time you curse. So we know all of that stuff is going to go right out the window. I don't know what else was in the rule book because that's the only thing they highlighted. And then the little girls, his daughters, the 22 and the 23-year-old, they're trying to get respect. Like, they're like, the name of the show, one of them is like, the name of the show is Your Husband is Cheating on Us. And one of the women laughs, and the little girl is like, well, why are you laughing? And she's like, because the title is funny, and it is funny. So just, relax a little. I know you want people to respect you, baby girl, but, it's okay. We can, and then we find out that the people are going to have roommates. They're going to be living, and Kristen and Diva D are roommates. And D, we find out, has a reputation for being difficult. So when we got introduced to her, it was like, oh, I did all of this Tyler Perry stuff. And I'm like, well, why doesn't he still work with you now? Because he's doing more stuff. It seems like you would have more stuff to do. But apparently she has a reputation, according to this, all in and through the Chitlin Circuit, of being difficult to work with. And a lot of people in theater are difficult to work with. So she has that reputation. This guy said he's trying to give her a job. He probably figured she would make good TV, and she does make good TV. She's very interesting to watch. She's very, she's not mean-spirited. She's like very sweet and but she really has a very high opinion of herself. She's energetic. She's funny. She's good TV, I think. And so they do a table read. That's where like you read through the script. So we find out that Jermaine is going to be understudying Genuine. Kristen is going to be understudying all 3 of the women's roles. That's like a big job. It's one thing to learn 1 role, but to learn 3 roles, that's a lot. Leah is playing a character called London. And they're trying to figure out, he says, well, I might write my scripts about drama. So if your life is dramatic and messy, then you might see yourself in the script. Excuse me. And sure enough, I think both of the women, the main character women, are like, I think this script is about me. But I think that it is about them because I think it's like, the leading man and the 2 people who are, one is married and one is the girlfriend. And, he out here just slanging peen, willy-nilly. He's being nilly with his willy. And then we have Paulette. That's the part that Diva D is playing. Her part is very, very small. And she's just really kind of shocked and surprised and just, she's like the queen. Why would she have a small part? And she's just sitting there watching everybody else. And then JD is playing a Muppet, a sex symbol. I missed all of that. I didn't understand, but I guess he acts in his shows in the same way that Tyler Perry performs in his shows. I don't know. Then we're at dinner. We find out that Saturday and Sunday of all 8 weeks that they're getting ready for the show, Genuine already has commitments. He's on tour or doing music or whatever, so he will not be there. And then Jermaine, we find out that he's not going to be there this first weekend because he has a Black Film Festival, and the producer is kind of hard on Jermaine, but he had already, because he's like, you didn't tell me this was going on. And Jermaine is like, so he's talking about, well, we might have to dock your pay, and Jermaine is not happy about that. Genuine and Tandre go on out, like they leave the house and they go out to dinner and they're kicking it and hanging out. Genuine and Tandre are talking about, the relationships. And they're at the restaurant, and they're kind of filling each other out. Now Tandre or whatever has already let us know when we were going over the rules, one of the rules was no men in the house. And Tandre was like, well, what about Bob? And they're like, who is Bob? And she said, well, Bob is already in the house. That's my battery operated boo. I don't know what the third one was, but she says she gonna watch Genuine to see if he could replace her Bob. So I was kind of like, okay. Then Diva D and Jermaine are venting about, this whole situation. And he's talking about him being docked for, having this film festival thing. And Diva D is upset about the smallness of her role. And also, she says her fans are going to be expecting more. They know when Diva D is in the house, they expect to see her. They expect to hear her sing. So then it's like 55 days. I think this is 55 days until showtime. I don't know. Because they start like 59, 50. So we're at 55. And they get the script. They're learning the script. Everybody is working on the script. And baby girl Diva D is like, I'm not baby girl, but grown woman is like, I already don't have any lines. And now he's telling me that I don't have a solo. The only song that she has to sing is a duet with the other woman. And she's like, my fans are just not going to like that. Genuine has a lot going on with tour and being the lead. And they hope that he can live up to. Is he married in real life? He said that, well, what he said in this show is that when he met Tandra 5 years ago that he was married, but now he's newly single and she's single. Or I think she said that she heard that he was single. So she's, and he might have said he was single. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So we're concerned about whether Genuine is really going to be able to lead, hold up to the, make it as a leading man. He's only played bit roles. This is his first leading man role. Plus he got all this stuff going on with his music. Is he going to be able to do it? And we're doing some rehearsals and stuff. And, the white woman is already off book. Now, they got their script when they got there. So they haven't had their script for 48 hours. It's been like 24 hours. And she's basically already off book for every scene that they go on. That means she's already memorized her part. So she's making everybody else look bad. It's sort of like a union type situation. If somebody is moving real fast, and it means everybody else look bad if they're not moving as fast as her. So, our director lets us know, he says, when payday comes, you are going to want every single one of your pennies. And so I want every single one of my lines. And I thought that was the best line. Because I know I would want every single one of my pennies. But sometimes I might fudge the lines a little, sir. And then Deatra is like talking to the Australian woman. And she's like, I think, I should have a song, that he should add a song. He should fit something in for me because the people are coming. They're going to want to hear me sing. That's what they know me for. And the Australian woman is like, well, do you think that adding a song that just to the script that doesn't fit in is a good plan? And she's like, yes, this is the Chitlin Circuit. That's all we do. And I tell you, I remember going to some plays and I'm like, if they don't stop singing, they just be singing, I'm going to the kitchen to get a plate. I'm going to the kitchen to get a plate. The food was really good and I ate. I'd be like, oh my God, they singing again. We singing again. We sing. I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, so I think I agree. That's the nature of the Chitlin Circuit, the singing, and that's what Diva D says. She said they want to hear me sing. And then Leah is like, you know, the light-skinned leading lady is like, you know, this is a lot. This is a big script. You know, we have a short time to work with. And this is the first time that I wouldn't mind being Diva, whatever her name is. She's only got 5 lines. So she's like throwing shade her way. I'm like, oh boy. And then Deatra goes, she's like, well, she's going to get her hair done because she got to, you know, get that. She had like, you know, her natural hair, but she's going to get a weave. And Tandra is studying, and we see Leah and the Australian are running lines, and Genuine is joining in. So everybody's running lines, and then JD comes in, and Taylor, that's one of his daughters, and he's really excited. He's like, there's nothing like, you know, seeing the actors there working, running lines, and it is really nice. They seem to be very committed to their craft and getting that down. And Genuine, you know, he comes in, the director is like, good evening, Bonafide 1970, and then the director comes in and he's like, well, how is everything going? And Genuine is trying to head, you know, he's like, well, you know, it's a lot, you know, and he's like, you know, okay, well, the JD is like, well, where is Diva D? And the cast is like, oh, she went to get her hair done. And then we see Deatra at the hairdresser, and she says, you know, I'm like an A-lister. You know, the rest of these people are B, C, and D listers. And she's talking about, you know, not having a solo and having a duet with the baby mama. So she knows she got to get it together so that, yes, really? Can you believe that? She knows she got to get it together so that she's looking good and, you know, all of that when they have their duet. And then the Australian, meanwhile, is back at the table with the director and the producer talking about what Diva D said in terms of her concern and her discontent with not having a song. I don't know why she's discussing that in the group, and I really don't know why she's discussing it, period. Because I feel like when I'm in a play or when a show, if an actor says something to me, I'm not going to go tell the director. I'm going to let that actor tell the director or the producer. Like, you know, and these are all grown people. Like, I don't know why. But anyway, it's for the dramatic effect. Because she's telling it to the whole table of people. And so they're like, oh, you know, and JD is discussing with the cast that it's not the Diva D show, you know, and he wants to let, good evening, he wants to let, you know, he's not going to let any actor run the show, and someone Genuine went platinum. You know, there is someone here who is a singer who has gone platinum, who people might be coming to hear him sing, and then there's someone like her who's never even gone wood. Have a great evening. I don't know if you decompressed from your live yet, but and then so anyway, he's throw that shade at her. And then we see JD working with Genuine and his daughter, and then Diva D comes back, and JD pulls Diva D aside, and he's like, look, you know, Kristen told me what you were saying about your concern about not having a show, but you know, you're not your character is not you, you know, about you not having a song, you know, we have to go with the character. And then Leah, the Australian, is talking about Diva D and getting a reputation. Good night, Brother Ayapo. Getting a reputation for being difficult. And then it's like, you know, the producer is like, look, this is not the Deetra Hicks show. You know, don't mistake the fact that I have a lot of talent that I can draw, and you are not the only talented one out here. I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm trying to be nice to you. And Diva D is like, oh yeah, I understand. I know that this is an opportunity, and I take the opportunity. And I don't think I'm a star. You know, I'm a leading lady, and I'm gonna know the role. And you know, she's like talking a good game and smiling and being all friendly. I'm glad to be here, and you know, I will not fail, and you know, I am the queen though. And at that we end. So we know she's gonna have some drama. But that's it for that show. I'm not sure if I'll probably watch it again. Much respect and love to my brother. Good night. Always remember that you are a king. Oh, I saw that yesterday. Always remember that you are a king. Always remember that you are a queen. But now I can't remember how to pronounce it. But that's it. So the next thing that we have is Potomac. It's been a Bravo night. So I'll be right back with the Real Housewives of Potomac. thank y'all for being here while I record my reviews and recaps in the middle of the night instead of waiting until tomorrow and trying to find time. So that's what I got. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being fabulous. Remember, be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Peace. Peace, 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 peace.